Hello, welcome back to another Ramble in the Woods. Yes, brother, I am recording these back to back in the exact same position, in the exact same outfit, and probably not going to post them on the same day. It's just, I haven't recorded one in a while. I've been writing down what I want to say. I just haven't actually taken the time to sit down and do it. And so now we're trying to get in a bit of a flow state. I don't know if I'm going to enter that, but this video is going to be about the job hunt, the never-ending hunt for a better job, better pay, better connections, and I mean, it can be a little bit draining doing this all the time. Like, I feel like I've been applying to jobs for the last 4 years now, 3 years, basically since my sophomore year of college, when I wanted to do my first internship. And it takes a lot of time to apply to these jobs, and I mean, I'm getting some better success rates now than I used to. That's because there's more jobs than internships, partially, but also, I've built out that resume. I've created my brand, that I am a salesperson, I guess, because that's only goddamn jobs that would get back to me. Not that I'm like ungrateful for these opportunities, but it's just wasn't my first option. I felt I've done sales, I want to do something else, I want to expand my skill set even more. I guess employers did not feel the same way. So I'm gonna go into these next couple interviews with like actual intent to like pursue these jobs and positions, and like passion, hopefully, because I mean, there are things I need or am supposed to pay off, like my student loans, but my first options for some of my jobs were legal field or legal adjacent jobs. Was what I thought I would have to do, because a paralegal is a little bit more of a, what's the word, specialized position. You gotta know legal things, jargon, filing, yada yada. I guess I don't know it, and no one was willing to teach me. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. I mean, there's only so many law offices in a town, so I guess it just doesn't work out sometimes. But we'll keep an eye out. And also, I felt I was going into the legal field to prove something to other people and not to myself. So maybe it's working out for all the better. So who cares if I'm not qualified for any position in the legal field, even as an office administrator, which I thought my management degree would qualify me for. Guess not. So then the mass application began. Shout out ZipRecruiter and Indeed. I mean, I applied to at least 25 positions. And actually, I mean, I heard back from 5 or 6 of them. Some of them were kind of bogus. I'll get to that. But there were like 4 genuine interviews I was intrigued in and interested. So we're still narrowing it down. Maybe next video I'll just talk about what happens there. But I liked some more than others. Mixed feelings on some. Some were very positive. So that's giving me hope, at least. And I guess that's a little more than some people can say. Because I mean, some people get like 1 in 50 response from their job applications, so not the worst odds, I guess, for an unemployed college grad. Actually, I'm self-employed, god damn it. But I think one story that sums up the one-click applies on ZipRecruiter and Indeed is this one company called Slice. And yes, I am going to call them out by name because they were so dog shit. And I could tell that within like 10 minutes. They called me out of the blue. No scheduling their first recruiter call, so already kind of caught me off guard. Not putting me in the best of like mindset. I answered some of their questions, talked about my experience in sales and management, whatever. And then I go, okay, well, I guess like, what exactly like do we do, or you guys do? Because I'm not part of that operation. And they're like, yeah, we offer 0% transaction fee software to businesses. And I'm like, okay, what does that even mean? What the fuck does that mean? I'm like, so do you mean like scheduling systems or POS systems, point of sale, like registers? And she was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So like, how do we make money then? She's like, oh yeah, we just lease it out to them. I was like, oh, so you're rent extractors, capitalist maxing. You tried to even pitch me on the fact that like, as if you're doing some kind of charity work and just like helping these people out of like your good graces. No, you do a monthly lease to these people so that even if they have a slow month or not a lot of credit card transactions, you get your guaranteed cut. And they also had weird pay scales. So I would get paid more commission if I self-generated the lead. When they had told me this is a no cold calling position or, things like that. Like, I mean, self-generation could be referral. Like, I did well at one pitch, whatever. But they made it sound like at first I was just going to be getting these calls and I would have them supplied to me so much that it wouldn't really be an issue. And it was significantly less. It'd be like $250 for normal commission and $350 for a self-generated lead. So, I mean, almost like 40%, something like that, more. And I mean, kind of scummy. Like, they're just taking a cut. Or I mean, I guess the people who set up that interview probably get the cut, like the cold callers who actually are busting their ass. But I'm sure they only get $50 for every interview they set up, because that's what it was when I cold called at a different place, which also blew. That might have partially been because it was remote. And I also kind of like talked myself out of that job due to consumerism. Because it was a solar sales job, and I was like, well, I know how we get these rare earth minerals from the Congo, and it's a bunch of loopholes and jargon that like disassociate us from, the fact that there are children dying in like little tunnels the size of their body trying to like be an artisanal miner. Like, what? You're telling me they're fucking mining with their hands? That's crazy. And we're going to then use it to pitch to people that they're saving themselves from the data center bill. Like, no, your electricity is still going to go up. And more or less, like, kind of the Jevons paradox, like, the more efficient we become at, using this electricity, the more incentivized these other actors are going to be to hog up all that energy. So I kind of talked myself out of solar sales. But back to Slice, the credit card merchant company. So I didn't like that they weren't upfront with me right away about how they make their money. Like, you don't have to pitch it to me, like, or close me on the deal. Like, just say it how it is. And then they also tried to hard close me on a start date. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm moving back to Duluth August 1st, and that's technically like when my lease is starting, but I could start sooner. She's like, oh yeah, we'd like you to start ASAP, but it's totally flexible. It's up to you. It's like, those are two contradicting statements. I didn't like that part either. And then, when I told them, they sent me an email. She sent me an email, and I was going through the PDF of like some of their actual tactics, and I was just like, this kind of smells like shit. And so I just told her outright, I was like, I don't really like how you like tried to pitch it to me. So I just don't think this is for me. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I don't even think she heard that bit. I think she had already hung up on me, because I turned my phone and call had been ended. I was like, so I was right. You guys are kind of scummy. So I mean, that was kind of satisfying to tell someone off, but also it's like, how do they feel working that job? Like, I'm sure as the recruiter, they're incentivized to like sign more people up, and they get paid for that, and that's why she acted that way. But I was like, not even a goodbye, or, you know, oh, sorry to hear that, hey, have a good day. I mean, just hung up on me. I was like, wow, that's kind of immature. I was like, I'm sure the rest of your company operates just like that. So, you know, at least Vivint taught me how to smell when a recruiter's giving me a bunch of shit. And this is kind of similar to another job I applied to while still like in my final semester of college, TQL Logistics. I would have been a dispatcher for like a trucking company essentially, and I would have gotten more money if I had like basically screwed the drivers out of some of their money. Like, most of these drivers don't realize every single deal is a negotiation and they can get more pay. They just assume, oh, this is a route, this is where it needs to be, sick, thanks, and thanks for the commission. Like, they don't know that they could negotiate with you. That seems fucked up. It seems predatory. You know, you're a middleman, not doing much. I mean, yeah, you do have to plan stuff, but like, I also hate the question of, oh, why do you want to work here? It's like, first of all, I kind of don't. But the material conditions that actually control my reality dictate that I need to schlep myself out for wage labor so that I can exist. You know, sounds like freedom to me. Sounds like a good old free market. The logic of, oh, if you don't like that job, just quit and get a new one. Yeah, some other shit job where I'm just a cog in the machine, number on the spreadsheet. Like, good jobs are hard to come by nowadays. So, hopefully in, you know, the 3 or 4 interviews that I have lined up and that are, you know, progressing, like, I can discern who actually cares about me, their customers, and, you know, the health of the community, and then the company as well. We'll see how that goes though. And I would be remiss to not mention, you know, the medium with how I applied to all these jobs. You know, I'm out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I can't go to job fairs. I cannot just pick up the local paper or the bulletin board, or, I mean, can't, not that this really works nowadays anyway, just walk in and be like, hey, my name's Cole, you guys hiring? Handshake. Like, I hate when people are like, oh, just walk in there and ask for a job. It's like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, this is like a Fortune 500 company. You're telling me to walk in and like try and talk to some mid-level manager and ask them for a job. A mid-level manager who has actually no control over basically who the fuck they hire. Like, yeah, that's a real successful strategy to get in a job. But what I use was the internet. You know, I feel this is a good application of the tool. You know, we are simply digitizing and making more efficient something that we are already doing, trying to work together. And, you know, shout out ZipRecruiter and Indeed. They make it easy to, you know, one-click apply, submit my application, check the box of like, yeah, I'm not a disabled vet, whatever. I also hate the companies that don't allow you to just like don't accept that application. They want you to fill out on their website as well and not just write see resume for experience. It's like, get over yourself. I already filled out this resume and made it so that I could show it to you and save myself a little bit of time. I'm not doing the same task again just so you know I can follow instructions. Yeah, I can follow fucking instructions. I'm just choosing not to. But a little off topic. Back to why I think these are a good use of technology. It benefits me, the employer, and the third party, the posting site, you know, ZipRecruiter, Indeed. It is mutually beneficial to everyone involved. There are not people getting taken advantage of. It is simply saying, I have something, they have something, but it's hard for you to communicate. Let me try and bridge that gap for y'all. So thank you, ZipRecruiter and Indeed, because now I have a bunch of jobs, like interviews lined up, and I have like a potential negotiating power with these companies. So I'm not just, you know, taking whatever I can get. So I appreciate the convenience and the efficiency of it. Also when I was applying, it was weird to see AI job postings. It's like, you guys don't really care. Like that bold heading and like a couple bullet points underneath, unmistakable for AI. And it's kind of a turnoff. Like, I already know you guys are screening me with an AI tool in my resume, but like, let's just probably see if I formatted it or like have at least some kind of relevant experience. Like, I kind of get that. So let's keep it real. Have an easy apply. You know, I get that it sorts my resume. And don't have me talking to some AI chatbot. Like, I understand like the convenience of the first round interview and screening, but like this could be someone's actual job. The one recruiter and first round screener who I met, wonderful, absolutely amazing. Like, actually makes me kind of want to work there. The way she's been communicating with me and keeping me in the loop, like, I really appreciate that. AI is not going to do that. Like, they'll maybe send me an automated message, which, you know, a whole bunch of jobs did on like ZipRecruiter, is like, oh, tell us anything else about yourself that you'd like us to know. Okay, thanks for the automated response. I'm not replying to that. But I guess to end it, who would have thought, you know, that I have sales experience and I went to business school, that sales positions are the only people who would want me.